Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to the Teenology Podcast, where teens make sense of the world that they are about to change. I am the GOAT host, Aiden Middleton.
GOAT host.
And I'm excited to be here along with you guys and my dad, Shiny.
Shiny. Is that because of my shiny smile?
Oh no, you're close though.
My shiny eyes?
No, a little higher.
What could it be?
It's your shiny head.
My shiny bald head.
I didn't want to tell you this because I thought it would hurt your feelings the other night when we were eating dinner. The light was on your head and it almost blinded me.
Well, maybe you should get some sunglasses.
I just need to wear sunglasses in the house.
All right, Aiden. So you tell me, what are we going to be talking about today?
Well, sometimes it's hard for us as teenagers to wait.
No.
Okay, when I say us as teenagers, I mean everybody besides me. We want our things now. So I want to talk to you about what the Bible has to say about waiting.
Yeah, I don't think patience and waiting is like a virtue of the Middleton family. But before we get to that, it's Gen Z time. Word of the episode. Here we go. All right, Aiden, today's word, I got a new one for you. Today's word is the word cracked. Now, you got to tell me about this word cracked, because when I think of the word cracked, I think of a few months ago, you got an iPhone for the first time, and within, 5 or 6 days, you cracked the screen.
Okay, it wasn't my fault.
Of course it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was my pants' fault.
Oh, your pants. Blame it on your pants.
I was on a bike ride, and my pants had a hole in them, and I didn't know.
Well, all pants have holes in them, and there's 2 holes for each leg.
Okay, no, but there was a hole in the pocket, and so my phone fell out.
All right, well, we'll let the people decide. You guys can hit us up, slide into our DMs on Instagram, and let us know if you think that Aiden was responsible for knowing that there was a hole in his pocket. But either way, you had to pay for it, right? Your screen got cracked.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, well, that was part of the contract.
Okay,
All right,
what
so
cracked
tell me.
actually means is it means usually you're good at something. So I don't personally say this a lot. My brother does. But I feel like I hear it more with people that play Fortnite.
Right?
Because they're like those little annoying 9-year-olds.
The Fortniters.
Yeah. And so, like, they say, like, when somebody's good at something, you're like, oh my gosh, that person's cracked.
Do they say it with that voice?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, the only people that play Fortnite now is annoying 9-year-olds. So.
Oh, really? Annoying
Yeah.
9-year-olds?
Mhm.
Oh, that's a very small demographic that Epic Games has.
Yep.
So I would say that you are not cracked at cracking your phone screen? Or maybe
No.
you are cracked
No,
at cracking
I'm not
your
cracked
phone
at cracking my phone screen because it wasn't my fault.
Oh, okay. So your pants are cracked at cracking your
Yes,
phone
my
screen.
pants are that specific pair of pants are cracked at cracking my phone screen.
All right, well, I hope that clears up everything for everybody. All right, let's get to our topic today.
Alright, so there's a ton of waiting we have to do. Whether it's something that we want to eat or that our parents won't let us do.
Eating, yes. We eat a lot of food in our house. Please, if you're listening, send Publix gift cards to our home.
Wow. Dad,
Yes.
this is
I will wait for them.
Dad, this is not a charity.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But seriously, why do you make us wait for stuff?
Well, there's a few reasons. One, waiting is really good for us. On one hand, young people, teenagers, and adults for that matter, need to experience what we like to call delayed gratification. Delayed gratification teaches us a lot of things. One is to have good attitudes when we're waiting. It teaches us that we don't get what we want when we want it all the time. It teaches us that we need to be patient because as we get older, life just doesn't always give us exactly what we want when we want it. And it also, I think, teaches us to not gratify. You know what gratify means?
Yes.
Like satisfy every single impulse that we get. So if I get an impulse for, some bacon cheese fries, which
What?
sound amazing, but maybe that's not the best thing.
You're not
that
even
I
allowed to
should
be eating that.
I know, I don't eat that kind of stuff anymore, unfortunately. I live a really boring life full of salad and water. But it's kind of like James 1 tells us.
Salad and water.
Yes, salad, water, and diet sugar-free drinks. But James 1 tells us to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Because sometimes, like we've talked about before, if a thought pops into our head, that doesn't always mean that we should say that thought. And so the same principle in our lives is that we got to learn that just because a thought or a desire pops into our head or our heart, it doesn't mean that we should instantly gratify that desire. Sometimes we should. Sometimes it's not a bad thing to gratify a thought. Other times it is. But so sometimes waiting develops that, and it teaches us the delayed gratification.
All right, two things. One, what's so wrong with instant gratification?
There's nothing morally wrong with instant gratification. It's just that when we get kind of conditioned in our culture to, I want a response from an email or a text, or I want a response to this phone call. I want everything we have now. We can, we live in an area where we can get something shipped to our house from Amazon in 2 hours, which is unheard of back in the day. And so we kind of have this, we get entitled thinking that we should have all these things exactly when we want them. Our culture and our kind of capitalistic system has kind of created that inside of us.
Second, okay, that's good. But second of all, with your salad and water thing.
Yeah.
And quesadillas.
In case I do eat low carb tortillas and quesadillas on a very often basis.
Correction, daily basis. But anyway, what would you do if you had no low carb tortillas? Tortillas, as your grandfather likes to call them.
That's a inside family joke. Hope you enjoy that, Pop. Yeah, I would cry. I would enter a long season of lament, as the Bible calls it, because Papa needs his tortillas.
Wow. Okay, back on track. Does the Bible say anything about waiting?
Yes, it actually says a lot about waiting, and this is one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible. Many of you guys have probably heard this verse before. It's Isaiah 40, verse 30 and 31. It says, even youths shall faint and be weary, except Aiden because he's perfect and strong, and young men shall fall exhausted. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. And so what we see in the scriptures, it says those who wait for the Lord. Now, what you guys, teens, kids who are listening, are going to find out later in life is that not everything is going to go the way you want to go, and that you are going to have to wait on things at times. You're not going to want to wait, but you're going to have to wait. You may have to wait to go on a trip. You may have to wait to get a gift for Christmas. You may have to wait as you get older to find a great job or to meet the person that you want to marry or whatever it may be. The point is you are absolutely going to have to wait for different things in your life. And sometimes that waiting can actually be really, really painful. But there's something really cool about this word wait. In Hebrew, which is the original language of the text that most of the Old Testament was written in, the word for wait is this Hebrew word kavah, and the word actually means to twist.
Like that song?
Like Chubby Checker twist?
Yeah.
Not like Chubby Checker twist. It's more like a dance that old people do. But
So what do you mean by twist then?
yeah, this is the coolest thing ever. So when we are correctly waiting on the Lord, it means waiting in expectation, and you might be miserable while you are waiting, depending on what it is that you're waiting for. It means that God is actually twisting us. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen how a rope is made, but they take these little strands and they get a whole bunch of other strands and then they twist them together. And then those strands are then twisted with other strands that have also been twisted together, and then they twist all of the strands together, the bigger ones. And the reason they do this is because twisting them makes them stronger. If you ever seen like a suspension bridge, like the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco or something like that, all those big, giant metal ropes that they've created are all twisted because it makes them stronger. And so when God is allowing us to go through something and to wait for something, he's actually making us spiritually stronger. He's twisting us and he's preparing us for what is going to come next in our lives. So no matter what you're waiting on, no matter what is happening, God's in control, and sometimes he makes us wait to make us stronger. So you could say while we're waiting, God is working inside of us.
Dang. That's pretty cool. You guys know how we do things. We keep it no cap on the Teenology podcast. If you guys missed the others, make sure you go back and check them out. Tell your friends about our podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Teenology Podcast, and send in any questions or topics you want to hear about. And also, it'd be great if you guys could rate us on Apple Podcasts and like and subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget, Teenology Podcast is where teens make sense of the world they are about to change. See you guys in the next episode.